Compatibility between two Capricorns. Capricorns are the hidden treasures of the zodiac. On the outside, they are stern, serious, hardworking people with a single-minded focus on achieving their goals. Even people who've known them for years sometimes miss out on the sensitive emotional core that is hidden inside their multi-layered personalities. Surprisingly, or perhaps not so surprisingly at all, it can be even more difficult for Capricorns to get to know each other than it is for them to bond with other signs. This is because they're both so guarded and reserved that their relationship may not be a catalyst for the kind of emotional transparency they need to grow. Hello Cosmic Fam, welcome to Astrology Experts. In this video series, we've analyzed zodiac sign combinations and their compatibility. Let's find out why some people are drawn to or are magnetized by each other and some just naturally repel. Why is that? Good thing we can always ask the stars. Make sure to watch all the way till the end. Emotions and values. Even the most comedic Capricorns possess a sort of wacky, satirical humor. Think Tracy Ullman and Steve Harvey. Capricorns are intellectuals at heart, and many of them possess an understated aura of sophistication. Even when they came from rags, which is often the case, the goats are determined to make their riches. And while Caps get a bad rap for being materialistic social climbers, this is rarely the case. Yes, they want to feel secure financially, but more importantly, they long to build an extraordinary life, a powerfully experiential existence that transcends any trace of second-rate mediocrity that may be left over from their youth. Compatibility rating 7 out of 10. Friendships. Here is where Capricorns typically form the strongest bonds. Although they may be slow to open up and truly get to know each other, their intellect is uncannily similar. As a practical earth sign, Capricorn is decidedly scientific and exacting, but at the same time, Capricorn is a second of the universal signs. In other words, they're inherently concerned with the deeper, hidden meanings of human life and the universe. The other universal sign are Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Pisces. These individuals are not primarily concerned with themselves, their relationships, or the physical world around them. Their focus is on worldly ideas, broad philosophical perspectives, and the metaphysical aspects of existence. Capricorn friends will almost certainly bond over this orientation to the world, which often makes them feel isolated and detached from others. Sometimes they feel as if the world is passing them by and they're watching from the outside. Moreover, their friendship can be a powerful catalyst for inclusivity. When they connect to each other, they come to life and start connecting to the world around them in new creative ways. Their past also resonates hauntingly between them. Even when they don't share their secrets out loud, they tend to psychically understand each other's life experiences. Most Capricorns have an innate knowledge that they must stoically bear a burden of pain, disappointment, or isolation up to a certain point in life. They're the silent sufferers, and they're often heaped with adult responsibilities or struggles at a tender age. Still, they actively manifest their success. That success is intrinsically tied to freedom from emotional restraints. Having someone to talk to and share themselves with speeds up the process of their metamorphosis. Usually, Capricorns are ambitious and need to make their dreams into tangible realities, such as status or success. Capricorn's friendships start as or develop into joint business endeavors. Compatibility rating 9 out of 10. Relationships. The potential for happiness in a Capricorn and Capricorn relationship actually depends strongly on their age when they meet. Young Capricorns are too saddled with emotional burdens and external or self-imposed responsibilities to allow themselves to truly let go. They pride themselves on self-control. In fact, most of them believe the ultimate goal in life is self-possession. For them, this is tied to self-made success. Everyone grows at their own rate. However, many goats don't feel secure enough to share themselves with another person until their 30s. Perhaps this is one of the myriad reasons why astrologers agree that Caps get younger in spirit as they age. As they unburden themselves of Saturn's restrictive influence and reconnect with who they are emotionally, they are no longer ashamed of their true nature. Moreover, goats are more than what meets the eye. In fact, they were originally symbolized by the sea goat. In this telling depiction, the goat's fins were steeped in water. That in itself hints at the hidden emotional core of this complex signs. Capricorns sense that another Capricorn may be the only person able to face their tough demeanor without fear, yet still sense their soft inner core. Once the goat feels secure enough within himself, he may open his emotional core to his lover, allowing him or her to see the endless ocean depth of love inside him. If both Capricorns are truly in love, they're a wise choice for each other, and possibly the safest risk they could take. They'll both love the sound of that. Compatibility rating 6 out of 10. Marriage. Capricorns rarely let their hair down and risk their hearts on a complete love. They aspire to achieve some form of self-actualization first. It is often tied to a career or some other important goal. As a universal sign, Caps rarely settles on a career that isn't aligned with a personal definition of happiness or self-actualization. There are still those Capricorns who marry for security early on, clinging to an old familiar puppy love or needing the solidarity of a family unit. Although family is of primary importance to all of them, goats usually hold out for an extraordinary love that satisfies the mind, body, and soul. The importance of a family to a Capricorn cannot be understated. Most Capricorns will maintain an unwavering loyalty to even the most dysfunctional family unit. If they've had to break away from a harmful biological family, or their family is diseased or living far away, it will be important to Capricorn to create her own solid family unit. This does not have to involve traditional marriage. However, as Capricorn's romantic nature is rather old-fashioned, they often crave the solidity and sentimentality of marriage. To them, it is a symbol of undying loyalty and devotion. It means that their bond is etched in stone. And when it comes to money, their attitudes are the same. Spend it wisely and save as much as possible for a rainy day. Love is intrinsically tied to need, a fact that Capricorns may fight until they find someone they can truly trust. It can be scary for them when a lover becomes a fiber in the tapestry of their daily lives. And well, this is what marriage really means. A Capricorn who falls in love with an unstable or uncommitted partner will feel miserable and terrified all of the time. Luckily, Capricorns are honest people who take love and commitment as seriously as they take most other things in life. Compatibility rating 7 out of 10. Hey stars, let us know what you think of today's video. We'd really love it if you share your experiences to us and everyone watching this. If you're an introvert, even online, that's fine too. You can always privately send and share this to your star peoples. Before we proceed, hit that like button so we'll know that you enjoy watching videos like these from us. Communication. Due to the Saturnine influence of their ruling planet, aptly called Saturn, Capricorns are prone to moods that make Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven seem lighthearted. Well, maybe not The Raven. Poe was himself a Capricorn. When one goat is steeped in the dark side of life and cannot seem to find the light, the other is in danger of catching this existential gloom like a cold. If they're both down in the dumps, it is difficult for them to lift each other up. This relationship has more buoyancy, resilience, and excitement when one or both of them have the moon in a fire or air sign. Still, they share a wordless understanding, a language all their own. When they're truly in love, their empathy is complete, and they know how to comfort each other in subtle ways, restoring the cozy glow to their home and hearth. Capricorns may not be overly verbose. They aren't grand on romantic gestures either. However, their expression of love is earthy, physical, and real. They're fully present with each other in the moment. The little, intimate moments are what make their life together special. Sometimes they can be so busy subscribing to Murphy's Law that they forget about the things that can go right. They have a tendency to believe that expecting the worst actually shields them from pain and disappointment should their nightmares come true. This is a false, self-limiting, and even destructive belief. They may need counseling or even cognitive behavioral therapy to break this pattern. Compatibility rating 6 out of 10. Sex and intimacy. For them, sex is a total release of the pent-up emotion that they hold inside every day and have for years. Their first feeling of oneness can be so freeing and cathartic that it has a transformative power over their lives. It is potentially a permanent release of negative emotions, such as shame or sadness over the inability to fully share themselves with another person. This complete fulfillment may not bloom into fruition overnight though, unless they have a fiery moon sign. Capricorns don't rush anything they want to last. Theirs is a slow unraveling, and these are all made more romantic by the time they invest in each other. The Capricorn creativity really comes out in sexuality. Once they release their sexual inhibitions, they're one of the kinkiest signs. Their mutual love of fantasy and role-playing is the wildest part of their relationship. Control is a major theme in Cap's life, and it often translates to sexual role-playing with power dynamics. Teacher-student fantasies are a classical Capricorn favorite. Throughout the relationship, their roles may be reversed or stay the same. Compatibility rating 8 out of 10. Capricorn compatibility pros. They both hold commitments and devotion to loved ones sacred. They rarely let each other down or fail to follow through on promises. Capricorns are straightforward, honest people who would rather hurt each other with the truth than comfort each other with a lie. They're both strong enough to face the challenges that come their way head on. If one of them falls ill or goes through another tragedy, the other will provide support and empathy without pity. All Caps loathes pity, so they would never inflict it on each other. Capricorn compatibility cons. Neither are particularly spontaneous or lighthearted. Sometimes, neither of them are willing to take the first step toward intimacy that goes beyond intellect. Capricorn pessimism can border on fatalism, but they call it realism. As you might imagine, this leaves little room for some much-needed optimism in their relationship. It is in their nature to value family. If both come from a broken home or are no longer in touch with their family, this can severely damage them as adults. The result of that can undermine their confidence or ability to love and trust. Summary of Capricorn and Capricorn. Known for being stubborn, Capricorns must not forget that they were born under a cardinal leadership sign rather than a fixed sign. Whereas fixed signs bear down and refuse to move when the winds of change blow, Capricorns take action to resist change when they don't want it. And when they do want change, they'll move the mountains to set it in motion. A Capricorn's patience just cannot be stressed enough, as other signs might change the course of their path at the first sign of a storm. A Capricorn will often risk their lives for something they want. Whether that's a person, career, or simply to overcome adversity, Capricorn will stubbornly cling to it. When it comes to a love or friendship between two goats, this can be a wonderful trait that adds to the strength and solidity of their bond. The foundation of their relationship is often very strong. However, if it's truly time to move on, these two might miss the signs. They'll be too busy trying to kick down a closed door or see the next open one. That's why it's so important for these naturally detached people to tune into their innermost feelings as well as those of one another's. Overall compatibility rating, 7 out of 10. We're glad you made it all the way through. You can find your zodiac compatibility here on this playlist. If you're single and don't want to mingle yet, click that subscribe button and let's work on yourself first. Come visit our website, astrologyexperts.com. Learn about zodiac signs and so much more over there. Thanks for watching and see you next time.